Good evening. Welcome to Spanish 2312, Intermediate Spanish 2. My name is Omar Valdez Rocha. I am Spanish instructor at the El Centro College here in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to the class. This is the fourth semester of Academic Transfer Spanish, and this is the main master. So we will be working really hard for the next 3 weeks. If you've never taken an online class before, if you've never taken a main master course before, know that this course requires a lot of self-discipline and a lot of work, daily work. Every day you will be submitting 10 to 15 exercises. Every day you will be reading. Every 3, 4 days you will be completing a chapter um, on Spanish grammar and Spanish vocabulary. So be ready for all that work. Um, and I will discuss all the parameters of what you need to submit, where you need to submit it. I will be creating 2 videos. So this is the first video in which I will be discussing eCampus and our syllabus. And on the second video, I will be discussing the Kia website. The Kia website is a website that gives us access to our textbook, as well as the platform in which you submit your daily homework. I'll discuss all about Kia in the second video. So today I will be discussing eCampus. And I want you to go, if you can, to the website. And for tomorrow, which is Monday, you will be clicking on Start Here. And this is pretty much where I want you to begin tomorrow. You have already some homework to do, okay? So to get started in the course, you need to review all the materials below so that you can become familiar with course requirements, with objectives, with the structure of the course. You need to, if you've never taken an online class before, I have an introduction to online learning. If you've never used eCampus before, you can click here and there is a video explaining briefly how eCampus works and what it offers. Okay? So today, meaning Monday, you will be reviewing all this information. Okay? You will be watching the videos that you're watching right now. You will be reviewing the syllabus. You will be logging into Kia for the first time. If you don't have an account, create an account. And you will be doing a couple of exercises so that we know that the website works for you. And if we have any issues, that we need to address them as soon as possible. Okay? So go to Start Here and look at all of this information if this stuff is new for you. Okay. Now, as you look at the menu here to the left, okay, aside from Start Here, you have Announcements. And in Announcements is where I will be storing all of our correspondence. So if I send you an email and it's lost in the shuffle for some reason, you can always go back to Announcements, and everything I ever send to the class will be posted under Announcements as well. Then we have the syllabus and the calendar, which is a very important part of the course. So this is our syllabus, and this is the day-to-day calendar. So instead of just sending you out into the wild and having you just work, I have created a calendar that tells you exactly what is due every day. Okay? And we'll discuss this in a little bit. Let's just look at the syllabus first. So again, this is Spanish 2312 online. My name is Omar Valdez Rocha, okay? And this is Maymaster. The Kia website, you need a course code. So when we discuss Kia, I will ask you to get this course code from our syllabus. It's FPKH943. You need this code in order to access our course shell on Kia. Right? So the course description, this is the fourth semester of Academic Transfer Spanish. Okay? And The book that you need to acquire is Alianza's second edition, and you need to acquire it with the online access, which is iLearn Heinle Learning Center. And the way you do this, you don't have to go to Amazon, you don't have to get it anywhere else. I will show you how to get this access. You don't have to get a physical copy of the textbook since we're doing an online workbook, an online class. You are actually able, once you get access to Kia, you're able to get access to the textbook. I believe the cost, if I'm not mistaken, is around $89. And you get everything, the textbook and access to our workbook. We'll talk more about the book and how to access it on the second video. Okay? So, the way the grade is going to be calculated. You're going to have a lot of work, daily work. You're going to have activities that are going to be divided into workbook activities, which is mostly grammar, vocab, fill in the blank, creating little paragraphs, and that's daily work. That's the workbook. And you also have textbook activities, which are mostly recording conversations, recording monologues, and this is more oral exercises. Each of these activities, each chapter, each bunch of exercises, each chapter of these activities are worth 100 points each. And just before I continue, for the Spanish department at El Centro College, we don't have a 0 to 100 scale. What we have is a total of 3,500 points. And as you see here, the letter grade, depending on at the end of the semester, when you tally all of your points, if you fall under this range, you get an A. If you fall under this range, you get a B, and so forth. Okay, so each chunk of exercises from each chapter, the workbook exercises for chapter 1 are worth 100. The textbook activities for chapter 1 are worth 100, and so forth. We're going to be covering 6 chapters, so that's 600 points for all of the workbook activities and 600 points for all of the textbook activities. You will have 6 exams since we have 6 chapters. 4 of those exams are just chapter exams, and each of them are going to be 150 points. You're going to have a midterm and a final, and those are double the points, 300 points each. But they just look like another chapter. The midterm is just chapter 3, and the final is just chapter 6. All of this, the exams, the workbook activities, and the textbook activities, you submit on this Kia website. Everything else you will be submitting on eCampus. All of these writing assignments that are here at the bottom. You will have a composition in Spanish that's worth 300 points. You will have 2 discussion boards in English that are worth 100 points each. One is a critical thinking discussion board. I give you a PowerPoint with some information regarding critical thinking, and then I give you a set of questions that you answer. The second discussion board is a cultural discussion board. I give you a topic. I believe the topic for this semester is the Day of the Dead and your attitudes towards it. You need to, for the cultural discussion board, you need to address my questions and also comment on someone else's post. And I'll discuss more about the details later on. But all of this happens on eCampus. The composition you submit on eCampus. The 2 discussion boards you submit on eCampus. And the reflective paper project you also submit on eCampus. So this reflective paper project has 3 elements to it. First, you have a rough draft that you submit on a class blog that you can see on our eCampus website. Let me see. I don't think I have posted it yet. But by the time you go back today to eCampus, you're going to see a class blog link. Once you go in, you can create or publish a post. And in that post, you will publish your reflective paper, which is a essay in English about a topic regarding cultural awareness, regarding language learning, regarding technology in the classroom. And there is already a topic assigned, and we'll discuss the topic later on. But it is a paper in English. So the first part is for you to submit a rough draft. The second part is you will uh, peer review. You will choose a classmate's essay, and you will provide critical commentary regarding content, organization, grammar, and vocabulary. This commentary needs to be substantial because it is worth 200 points. You will also, once you get that input, you will create your final draft addressing your classmates' issues with your paper. And finally, you will create a PowerPoint with audio. Since we cannot meet, this is a way for you to present in class, but we're not in class. And that's also worth 200 points. And the reflective paper, the PowerPoint, and the peer edit is all in English. The discussion boards are all in English. The composition is in Spanish. So after we tally all of those points, then you get your letter grade. Okay. So online course expectations, as I was telling you at the beginning, there you need to have a lot of discipline. I do not accept late work. We only have 3 weeks. My suggestion for you is to work ahead 1 or 2 days because you never know what's going to happen. The internet goes, you have a problem with your internet, you have a problem with your computer, you have to stay at work for a second shift. Who knows what's going to happen? I do not accept late work, so I would suggest you work ahead. All of the work will already be available by the time you get this video. If you go to Kia, everything is available for you to complete. If you go to eCampus, you have all of the instructions for every assignment. So there should be no problem for you to get ahead for 2 or 3 days, but no late work allowed. Okay. What I would suggest for the assignments in general is you need to read your book. If you look at the course, at the day-to-day calendar, I give you the pages. Let's say Monday. Okay, we're gonna begin with chapter 1. You're gonna study the syllabus. You're gonna watch this video and the second video. You're gonna create a Kia account, and then I ask you to read pages 4 and 5 of your textbook. And then you need to go to Kia, to this thing called assignment calendar, which we will see in the second video, and you will submit those assignments. Tuesday, you're going to do vocabulario útil 1 and 2. So in order to do that, you need to read pages 6 to 13, and then you do your homework. And so what I would suggest, if you look at, let's see, all assignments, right? And you look at Kia assignments. These are the lecture notes prepared by the department, right? And you can see the notes that we use in our grammar videos. So let's look at chapter 1. You click on assignments, then click on chapter 1. Here you have the step-by-step instructions on how to complete chapter 1. So step number 1, review the chapter and the pages I gave you specifically, study the vocab and grammar, take notes, and watch these 3 lecture videos for chapter 1, which are the 3 main grammar points for the chapter. These have been prepared by our department. So you'll see that my name is Omar Valdez. You'll see another name there. I believe it's Jose Tames, right? He's another instructor for the department. But remember that if you have any questions, you need to address them to me. Sometimes there will be a bunch of other videos about regarding other classes or announcements for other classes. Make sure that any questions that you have, you address them to me by clicking on email instructor, okay? Because everybody else has their own classes. Right? But sometimes in our course shells, you will see other people's names because we have the same resources. Okay? So after looking at these videos, you will do step 3, which is complete the workbook and lab activities at Kia. So if you click on here, it'll take you to the Kia website. Okay. And step 4, you will complete the textbook activities. So the workbook is one, the textbook is another. Every day you will have textbook activities and workbook activities due. And if you look at, you go to all assignments, you go to Kia assignments, you go to chapter 1, you go to chapter 2, you have the different videos here. Ser and estar, por and para, verbs like gustar, right? You go back, chapter 3, choosing between preterite and imperfect, present and past perfect, present and past progressive, and so forth. Okay, if you go to all assignments, you see these are the key assignments. These are the discussion boards. Okay. So this is a cultural discussion board about the Day of the Dead. This is the What is Critical Thinking board, right at the bottom. And this is the About Me discussion board. Since this is an online course, it is crucial that we connect in whatever way we can with our fellow classmates and with myself. So what I want is, I believe if we look at the course calendar, it's on Wednesday, the 16th. The About Me discussion board is due. So you will create a thread, right? If you go here, you create a thread, and you upload a picture of yourself. Do this by clicking Insert or Edit Image icon found in the third row, third icon. Next, answer each of the following questions with a minimum of 3 sentences. Where are you from? What is your ethnic background? What experience have you had or had with the Hispanic culture? Do you speak Spanish on a daily basis? With whom? Have you taken Spanish before? And so forth. This will help me tailor the course to you. Okay, so this needs to be submitted by Wednesday, okay, the 16th. Let me see, what else? We look at course overview. Okay, I give you some information about what you should do for the Kia assignments, like how I would go about it. So here it is. What I lastly wanted to discuss regarding the syllabus is ethics and honesty. Every student at El Centro College must adhere to the Student Code of Conduct, which is printed in the El Centro catalog, and it's available here on this link. So what I wanted you to know is that the use of Google Translate is prohibited. Okay, if you want to look for words and use Google Translate to put in a word, I would accept that. But there are a bunch of other dictionaries, like Word Reference is my favorite. So if you are looking for a word, if you're putting a whole sentence in there, we're running into problems. It is very easy for us to detect that. Someone else cannot complete the assignments for you. So you cannot have friends helping you with the work. If you have a friend that speaks Spanish, they cannot be submitting your work. You have no idea how many people I give zeros to and I report because they have friends doing the work for them. So because I have respect for the work that all of you do, I will make sure that I will treat collusion, cheating, very seriously. Okay? All matters of academic dishonesty, plagiarism, collusion, fabrication, cheating will result in a failing grade for the course, first of all. And in addition to that, to receiving an F, it will be forwarded to the proper college authorities for review. Okay? And the college may even include, the penalties may include academic probation, suspension, or expulsion. Okay? It's very serious. Okay, so if you have any questions about what you're doing, and if you don't know if it's bordering collusion, then please email me and we'll talk about it. Okay, so this is the end for this video. Every day you will complete, if you look at our course calendar, every day you will read, certain pages and you will complete the Kia homework. Read Kia homework. Read Kia homework. And then you will watch the grammar lessons, right? On the textbook as well as the Kia, as the eCampus videos that I showed you. And then you will have an exam. The exam is available on Kia. And then you have chapter 2, same. Kia homework, the pages you read. Kia homework, and then you read the pages and look at the videos. Kia homework, and then you have a chapter. On the 21st, you have the cultural discussion board that's due. And on the 16th, you have the About Me discussion board that's due, and so forth. You see the stuff in blue are the assignments. Most of the are the chapter tests and the assignments that you need to submit on Kia, on on eCampus. The discussion boards, the composition, and the reflected paper. Okay, so this is the end of the first video. I will create a second video for you regarding Kia. And if you have any questions, please email me at orvaldez@dccd.edu. The email is available on eCampus and on your syllabus. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.